The year is 2009. Obama became president, Minecraft was in its alpha stage, Windows 7 got released, and I was 7 years old. It was there where I saw a game that would change my life forever, and that game was GeForce. Yeah, the one based on that Talking Guinea Pigs Are Secret Agents movie. Pretty mid movie to be honest. But the video game was something special. My friend used to play it on his mom's laptop that was seconds away from a nuclear explosion, and I loved every single second of it. But we never got to finish the game. Fast forward 16 years later, I find it on Steam. To be honest, I thought the game was so unknown, I never even considered looking it up on Steam. So, fueled by pure childhood nostalgia, I bought the game, played it, and forgot to record. So now you're about to witness my second playthrough on its hardest difficulty, Special Agent. This video is gonna be a bit different from my usual videos, no challenge and suffering, as I just wanted to relive my childhood for once, so please excuse the lack of angry goblin energy in this video. Anyway, enjoy. We begin with our main character Darwin in the GeForce training facility, learning movement and some simple combat training. So what's the game all about? What's the guinea pig mission? Okay, the game is called GeForce, and the guinea pigs you saw in the main menu, they are like special agents. Yeah, that's basically the best description I can give you. They're trying to stop a like somewhat scientist, but not really scientist, called Saber, because his appliances all turned evil. Like, for example, that stuff there just start attacking people and everything. So it basically works at the same company as Agent P. Yeah, somewhat.
Who are you? A guinea pig. Darwin, the guinea pig.
Okay, to explain a bit from what I waffled there, GeForce is a semi-legal FBI special agents team made out of, well, guinea pigs and other animals. Their mission is to stop multi-billionaire Leonard Saber from launching SaberSense, a system where every built-in chip in a Saberling appliance activates and lets them communicate with each other across the globe via satellite. What he doesn't know is that the chips are infected with some kind of virus, turning your friendly waffle maker into a batshit crazy transformer. In the first chapter, I need to infiltrate Saber's mansion and reach the control room for SaberSense to stop it from ever launching. So I climb a few pipes, sneak in through the vents and start asking some very reasonable questions. You're a guinea pig. How small has to be that gun that he holds in his hands and his inventory? Guinea pigs aren't that small, but if he's holding a fucking gun. Anyway, we then get detected by a security cam and need our fly buddy Mooch to help us. Mooch has a special ability that lets him slow down time to fly through spinning fans. And he can also disable cameras and open locked door for us. Once we reach the control panel, we try to hack the computer but need a keycard to gain access. So we call Mooch in again to steal it for us. Short question. How can Mooch even carry that keycard? Did he have lessons with Yoda and learn force powers? And also, how does nobody notice a fly dragging around a massive keycard across the room? Once Jedi Master Mooch returned with the keycard, Darwin manages to interfere with Saber's communications, but it's too late. SaberSense has launched and all appliances have gone rogue and started hacking humans. And guinea pigs for some reason. Imagine a vibrator turns again. Oh. I'm gonna include that into the video. Rip G-spot. Imagine you're... No, I'm not gonna imagine that. Peak. Great comment. Entering chapter 2, SaberSense is now active as SWAT team storms the mansion, we fight against some evil waffle makers and have to save Blaster from a jammed elevator using American firepower to our advantage. After saving Blaster's fairy ass, we get surprised by returning Speckles, GeForce's hacker mode. I have to refer to the movie here to explain why this is a somewhat surprise return. In the movie, Speckles fakes his death to escape a pet store, gets tossed into a garbage truck and is presumed dead, and then later returns as the villain. In the game, he just appears here, effectively creating its own separate timeline from the movie. Speckles gives us the plan to head to the central computer in the basement to shut it down. Using the laundry chute, we arrive in the basement and spot a vending kiosk which serves as a shop for new guns, ammunition and upgrades for Darwin and are scattered across the game. I take out more Decepticons, yank some levers and have our first more or less stressful fight, and for that I get our first golden disc. Cluster rifle. The cluster rifle is my favorite gun in this game. I'm gonna buy it. And if one gun upgrade wasn't enough, Blaster gives us an upgrade for our Saberlizer, which now lets us activate Saber appliances and use them to our advantage.
Hey, I can fly!
We progress with the story, fight some more computers, and this happened.
Darwin, those barriers are closing in fast. Find the way out, now!
Use the jetpack to jump up and grab the handle to open the chute.
I'm dead.
Use the jetpack to jump up and grab the handle to open the chute.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Eventually we make it to the computer center where I have to plant Wi-Fi transmitters into the server so that Speckles can access the network. I do just that, and as a reward I get to fight one of the most annoying enemies in the entire game. This flashlight or torch, whatever the hell this is, can't be damaged until I destroy the satellite dishes, and to make it even worse, it launches homing missiles straight towards my little rodent ass. Woo! Okay, actually well played. Let's go. New weapon. The Nano Hacker, which I'm not gonna use until I need to. Finally, we upload the counter virus to the computer, but the network stays online. In their escape later we get to drive the RDV, and these sections are probably the best parts of the entire game. Driving around and shooting down enemies is just awesome. It generally feels like piloting an X-Wing in the middle of a Star Wars space battle. And despite losing both my hearts, thanks to my terrible driving skills, we eventually make it through this section and end the chapter. Arriving in chapter 3, we are now in the Saberling production facility and try to shut down production so that no new infected appliances reach the outside world. Here I meet new enemies, show off my best Steph Curry impression.
Now throw the power core right into the socket.
Lock on to the socket.
He actually
Then turn
missed.
the core-
And fall for terrible jokes from my Twitch chat. What do you experience when a jet plane turns really hard all of a sudden? Is that a trick question or is that a genuine question? I don't know. Okay, so I won't answer just for my own safety. You experience G-force. You know, I might just revert the mod decision, to be honest. Once we reach the storage area, all the exits turn out to be jammed, so we use Mooch to unlock the exits and go further into the facility, eventually reaching this area. Here I have to parkour all the way up using the different platforms while also fending off enemies. And if you know anything about me, you know that I suck at parkour. Fuck. Nothing happened. I just lost a heart. Nothing happened. Finally overcoming my own incompetence, I made it to the next section where the floor is completely covered in some of Shrek's body fluids. Why are appliances evil, man? You missed the first part. You watched the movie, you should know why they're evil. Ask Megatron is a good ass answer, not gonna lie. I then insert energy cores into their designated slots, which activates the elevator and takes me up to the production office where the shutdown button has been destroyed. So the next step is to stop the shipping of the appliances, then halt their production and finally ensure that no more chips are manufactured. So after stopping both monorails from leaving the factory, we head deeper into this facility. Here I show off my incredible eyesight. 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1.
The terminal is now active.
And you thought I was trolling, huh? Yeah, sometimes I have my moments. Our favorite ball of fluff Hurley then gets himself into a bit of a tight spot, and we have to rescue him before he gets smashed by a waffle iron. No, not like that. Eventually we reach the section where Hurley is trapped, but his door is locked. So we climb up to the second floor, unlock the door using a terminal, and finally rescue Hurley, who rewards us with a magnetic grapple gun, which, as the name suggests, lets us grapple onto the magnetic flying speakers floating around. Using my new Magneto ability, I make my way deeper into this gigantic factory, navigate through a maze of packages, and finally reach the room where I can shut down production. After fending off some extremely annoying enemies and once again using Mooch's Jedi power, we manage to overload the system and head for our final destination in this chapter, but before we get there, we are diverted to the machine processing area. This section is very fun, for as long as you're not a moron like me who has the mobility of an Airbus A380. After first trying my second attempt, we reach the chip production and use our electro whip to destroy their robot arms. With that, phase 1 of chip production is down and we move on to phase 2, where we use the activated motion sensor to destroy the laser cutters for us. Having not caused enough property damage already, our final objective is to destroy the facility's main power generator. To do that, we have to activate 3 turbines and force the generator into a meltdown. I activate the last turbine with no issues like a chat, since this game is for kids and I am a god gamer.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Then destroy the cooling system without struggle and escape the facility with the last X-Wing session of the game. Oh! I don't know how I survived that, to be honest. That was pure luck. Arriving in chapter 4, we break into the FBI headquarters because the FBI has taken Saber into custody and wants to interrogate him. Luckily for us, this agency, which devours billions of dollars in taxpayer money, is not secure against rodents. Or against the intellectual power of a bum like me. No, it was not disrespectful, it was actually just being dumb for myself. Like, that was horrific on my side. After fighting my way through more enemies, we reach Saber's interrogation room. Here we encounter a mysterious voice named Yanshu. He is the one who infected and now controls their malicious devices. Anyone who has seen the movie knows exactly who this voice is, but I will address this topic and why it bothers me at the end as well. Yanshu is now trying to prevent us from reaching Saber and is making our lives a living hell by putting appliances in our way. I would like to point out that we are still at the FBI headquarters and there is not a single agent or SWAT team in sight. During my time running through the ins and outs of this building, my chat and I got a bit distracted. I'll just let the footage speak for itself. But not this one. I want the vacuum to do that with me, that looks fun. Yeah, sure. Go for it, I guess. If you want to be dickless after that, why not? Good suck job indeed. I can live with that. Okay. Let me buy you one, okay? Well, no, I'm broke. Let me not buy you one. We're now on the rooftop of the building after Yanshu baited Saber into fleeing here. However, we find Saber trapped in the same force that stopped Obi-Wan and it's suspiciously empty here. This looks like a pretty big area. Suspiciously big and no enemies to be seen but random doors. Nothing bad will happen? Yeah, I think so too. I think this is just cool free space to use. You can rent this out for an Airbnb. Yeah, this ingenious trap by Yanshu proved to be a bit flawed, as I dismembered the ever-living shit out of these robots, just disregard that I lost both harps. After Saber is freed, he tells us that the only way to stop this whole fiasco is to return to his complex and destroy the Sabers and satellites from there. Now in the last chapter we start in the basement of the complex and fight our way to the upper floors until we reach the satellite dish. Before that, Yanshu shows us that he is the superior X-Wing pilot and uses the Sabers and satellite to blast down other satellites and use them as giant sniper bullets to attack humans. And then we reach the big jungle satellite, battle through the many waves of enemies, reach the top of the dish and destroy the last energy pylons to shut down Saber Sands for good. And just as we're about to escape, Yanshu shows up and reveals who he really is.
Face to face. You do like
It's
surprises.
Speckles! Who could have known? Okay, let me explain why no one here is surprised. First of all, if you've seen the movie, you already knew that Speckles is Yanshu. In the movie, at least they try to hide the fact that Speckles is Yanshu. We know that Yanshu exists because he appears as a mysterious voice in some scenes. Now, listen carefully to how Speckles and Yanshu's voices sound in the game.
Leaving so soon, Darwin? I do think it is time we met. Yes. I can see a vent leading from one of the storage rooms.
Even if you're deaf, you can hear that there is no difference. They don't even try to hide it. And what makes everything worse is that Speckles returns at the beginning of the game. So you might think, oh, maybe this is an alternate timeline where Speckles is not the villain. But maybe it's just Mr. Saber or someone else. I don't really care. But no, they just stick to the canonical version and make it so easy to figure out that it takes away all the tension. Anyway, back to the game. Speckletron yaps about how badly humanity treats moles and that nobody cares about them. He then activates Devastator from Transformers 2 as he now wants to bury the entire Earth under all the space junk floating around in orbit. And since Darwin is too thick to fit into this giant robot, we send in Mooch for the final mission of the game, and man, this mission does not feel like a final mission at all. Because all you do is fly Mooch through what's basically an obstacle course until you reach the central core. Then you just plug in a few power cores, that overloads the system, and with that, Clutzerstorm, which is the real name of the giant robot, and Speckles are defeated. Oh! Sequel bait. We never got the sequel, but sequel bait. Jeez, what? Yes. I have to be honest here. This game is just mid. Like a solid 5 out of 10. It's super straightforward, really short, the gunplay is simple, and the story is not really pulling me in. I also wish you could play different characters like Glass or Juarez. But it doesn't need all that. For me, this was just a trip back to when I was a kid and enjoyed playing a game without overthinking it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a bit different from my usual stuff, but I just had to make something with this game. With my next video I will go back to my usual stuff like hard challenges and other difficult games. I also stream most of my challenge runs live on Twitch, so feel free to check that out, and if you like this video, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Lilith is licking your throat. I wish that were me.